All right, so next up in Lions news, Pro Bowl voting. If you guys haven't heard by now, you're going to hear it right now. Man, did we do very well, but I was really, really upset that Kerby got snubbed. Completely snubbed. I had no idea that Kerby was left off of the initial ballot for Pro Bowl voting. I guess now when I look back at it, I never had an opportunity to vote for him. Why was that? Why did Kerby get left off of the ballot? Why was, McKinney on the ballot and Kerby wasn't? They were neck and neck, leading the NFL in interceptions. But this was just a stupid decision. And it cost Kerby millions of dollars in his pay. So I'll read this from AZ Sports. What a season it's been for Kerby. The third-year man leads the league in interceptions with 9. He allows just 43.9% of passes his way to get completed, is the second highest graded safety in the league, according to PFF, and led all free safeties in Pro Bowl votes. That's why it's incredibly strange that all of that was not good enough to get Joseph into the Pro Bowl in 2024. He was kept off of the initial ballot, according to Dave Burkett. This is baffling to me. But you know what? I guess it's just par for the course being a Lions fan, right? For whatever reason, you left one of the best safeties off the ballot. He goes on to have a record year, crazy good year, or season, still going, and he's not in the Pro Bowl? So, you know why? Well, a lot of us will say, okay, it doesn't matter. Pro Bowl sucks. It's not the same. Who cares about the Pro Bowl? It matters for these guys, for their pay. There's escalators in their contracts. Was it last season or the season before? Aiden Hutchinson, I think he ended up getting like a $10 million bump for making the Pro Bowl. And there was another player that got like a $2 million bump just for making the Pro Bowl. So it's huge. Here's what it means for Kerby, though. Kerby just lost $3.86 million. Here's why. The NFL has a mechanism called Proven Performance Escalators, or PPE, a different style of PPE here, which is written into the contracts of players who are drafted in the second round and beyond. So 2nd through 7th. There are 3 levels to the PPE program. Level 1, if the player participated in a certain percentage of snaps for 2 of his first 3 seasons, or average that through 3 years, the percentage is 60% for second rounders or 35% for later picks. So you've got to average 60% of the snaps as a second rounder or 35% of the snaps for a 3rd round through 7th round pick. And then you get your first bump in pay. Level 2, if the player participates in at least 55% of the team's offensive or defensive snaps in each of his first 3 seasons, new salary, amount of the original draft round, RFA tender, plus $250K. Big bump. Level 3, if the player is an original Pro Bowl selection in any of his first 3 seasons, his new salary would amount to that of a second round restricted free agent tender, and that is projected to be $5.217 million. So Joseph had already qualified for level 2, so he was going to get a little pay bump anyway in 2025. But hitting level 3 and making that Pro Bowl would have given him a major pay increase, which would have gone from making $1.357 million to $5.217 million in 2025. So he lost $3.86 million. It's crazy. Here's what's going to happen. Kerby Joseph is going to get a big pay increase next year. Kerby's going to get a new contract. He will be extended. I can't imagine a reason why not. I can only see 1,000 reasons why you should be looking to sign Kerby for the foreseeable future. The only question is Brad Holmes going to consider Brian Branch being the guy that's going to take over, the safety room and allow Kerby to test free agency at some point? I wouldn't think so. I think Kerby is everything this team needs. And I think that Kerby is everything that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell want on this team. He looks out for his guys. He's a hell of a ball player. He's only gotten better year after year after year. He says all the right things. I'm expecting Kerby to get an extension by the new league year. It's probably sometime around free agency next year. I would expect that he's going to get something done so that Brad will know what kind of money he's working with. Is he going to get close to $20 million a year? Probably not. Is he going to get closer to 15? Probably. I would think it'd be a couple years, $25, $30 million increase or extension, for Kerby Joseph. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm thinking right now. Better the Hunt says, love seeing everyone hit that like button. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone watching this morning. You got over 300 people in the show this morning, so welcome in. If you guys are new to the show, if you've recently subscribed, please let us know in the comments which video did you see or which live show did you see that made you subscribe, number one. Number two, if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome in. Appreciate you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, there's a reason why 400 people just did in the last 2 days. So appreciate you guys being part of Rockhound Detroit Lions. We try to give you the real, the raw, the realistic part of this Lions team, and we have great conversations. Probably the best community chat you'll ever see. And if you do become a member of the channel, then you get access to a Voxer chat, which is a great group of people that just chat it up all the time about Lions. Some good friendships have been made, and really enjoy having everybody a part of this community. So thank you again. Pro Bowl voting. Now let's continue this. So in total, Detroit Lions players, we killed it. 19 Detroit Lions finished in the top 5 in fan vote in 2025. Again, I still don't understand how Kerby is not on this list. Or not on the Pro Bowl ballot. But here we go. Jahmyr Gibbs, Monroe St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Kevin Zeitler, Frank Ragnow, Ali McNeil, Kerby Joseph, Jake Bates, and Jack Fox for the wait. Let me back this up. 9 players finished atop the NFC at their position in fan vote. So they all finished first, and the NFL Network's Tom Pelissero offered a little bit more detail as far as a list of these final fan votes. And here we go. Quarterback Jared Goff, 3rd overall, 2nd in the NFC. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1st overall, 1st in the NFC. David Montgomery, 5th overall, 4th in the NFC. Sam Laporta, even though he's having a down season, 4th overall, 3rd in the NFC. Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, 1-1. He is 1 of 1. Penei Sewell, 1 of 1. Taylor Decker, 2 of 2. Kevin Zeitler, 1 of 1. That's crazy to me. Graham Glasgow, 2 of 2. Frank Ragnow, 1 of 1. Jack Campbell finished 2nd overall, 2nd in the NFC. Carlton Davis, 4th overall, 2nd in the NFC. Brian Branch, 2nd overall, 2nd in the NFC. Kerby Joseph, 1 of 1, and he's not on the frickin' ballot. Whatever. Jake Bates, 3rd overall, 1st in the NFC. Jack Fox, 1st overall, 1st in the NFC. Even Hogan Hatton, our long snapper, finished 4th overall, 3rd in the NFC. And safety, special teamer, and running back, Sione Vaki, who barely played this season. 3rd overall and 3rd in the NFC. So if you don't think that the Detroit Lions fans have stepped up this season in many ways, that is an incredible list. So even for some of the guys that aren't getting a ton of action, still have the respect, right? We stepped up. In one of the smaller markets, now Detroit isn't, a small city by any measure, but when you compare it to New York, LA, Las Vegas, Miami, Chicago, some of the bigger cities around, Philly, whatever, big markets, we stepped up. So big shout out to all Lions fans, man. Absolutely great job.